Up until a few weeks ago, he had never seen that young boy in his whole entire life. What do you even mean? Taboo, desire, rebellion, and fantasy. I don't know. All I know is that it sounds real good. Things happen when she joins the spa and she keeps looking into the mirror. There could be other forces on the other side of those mirrors. I mean, what do you mean? Until her eye is caught by a strange advertisement. Someone is seeking a blood maid. Bloodbath. Okay, I'm sorry. Kitty has a luscious desire for men. There's this insatiable desire to kill a woman and eat her brain. I'm being so for real, right? Give me a minute, okay? You don't even go here. You're not even my mom, all right? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. It is me, it is Katleho. Thank you so much as always for being here. Thank you for choosing me over and over again. And I am here today because I'm here for the book lovers, okay? I know that Miss Mama's, Miss Girly hasn't been reading for a little bit. In actual fact, I have been reading. The thing about it is that I'm just really busy with work. So I can't even think about or remember giving book reviews. But I am here today because I was literally going through my shelves the other day and I thought, we're in winter now. We're in winter now. We're proper in winter, my favorite season. And in winter, I am very much a mood reader. So when it's cold and it's dark, I love to read things that are dark and maybe even set in cold locations. Why? I really love thrillers, I really love horrors, and I was like, you know what, I'm actually going to set up a couple of books that I want to share with you today that I want to read in the winter time. So all the books that I wanted to read in the summer, the ones that I got to, great. The ones that I couldn't get to, I'll probably look at them in the springtime again. But now we're looking at my winter selection and it's pretty dark, not gonna lie. So I'm really, really excited. If you are a book lover, welcome. I'm a book lover as well. I am so happy to see you. Thank you for being here. As always, thank you for choosing me over and over and over again. Let us get started into this video. All right, let's do it. The first one is a very short book. This is literally, I think, a novella, very, very short, a short story, 73 pages. This is Sour Candy. Already, I mean, can you not tell that it's a little bit dark? In this one, we follow Phil Pendleton and his son by the name of Adam. Basically, from the outset, what you can see is they live a pretty easy life, a good life where father and son are going to do what father and son do. They go out together, they shop, they play sports together and that kind of thing. They eat together, all of that. So what's crazy is that some people don't quite like him because of his parenting style and the fact that he allows his son to set his own bedtime, and he also allows his son to have whatever kind of candy he wants at whatever point he wants. But here's the catch. The catch about this whole thing is that Phil, in actual fact, is a prisoner in his own home. And up until a few weeks ago, he had never seen that young boy in his whole entire life. What do you even mean? I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. He's a prisoner in his own home, but they go out together, they eat together, they this, but he's got a really different parenting style. And what? He's never met this boy in his whole entire life? What are you even saying, bro? But I am really, really excited. I'm looking forward to this. I cannot wait to read Sour Candy. I can if I read it today, I could probably read it and clock it out today, but I've got work to do, okay? The next one that I'm really looking forward to is Han Kang's The Vegetarian. Now, this is a very well-known book. It's quite well known in the reader space. But in this book, we follow Hyung Hee and her husband, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, they're ordinary people. He is basically an office worker and she is a dutiful wife. But one day she decides that she wants to take up more of a plant-based lifestyle, right? So not just a plant-based diet, but just everything plant-based, right? So she decides that cold turkey, she refuses to eat meat. So she basically stops cold turkey eating meat, and because of this begins a disturbing and thrilling psychological drama about taboo, desire, rebellion, and fantasy. I don't know. All I know is that it sounds real good. It sounds real good. And if you think about it, I think this is set in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. Japan is like Korea, like many countries in Africa as well, are meat heavy countries. Like we eat meat. It's just, that's just what it is, you know? So I'm really excited to find out what ends up happening with this woman, especially deciding to take up this kind of lifestyle. Okay, love it. This is one that I'm also looking forward to. This one I just feel like when I was reading the synopsis earlier on today, I'm like, I want to eat this up. I cannot wait to read this. This is Rouge by Mona Awad. I have read a couple of books by Mona Awad, and I've got Bunny waiting for me, also by Mona Awad. But this is Rouge, and in this one we follow a young woman by the name of Belle. And for all her life, she has always been so obsessed with the mirror and skincare and making sure her skin looks great. She's just been obsessed. She watches skincare videos. She wants to know all there is to know about skin. But one day her mother passes away and she is drawn back to California. She has to go home and she needs to take on the responsibilities that comes with her mother's funeral, right? But also dealing with her mother's debt and a bunch of problems that are associated or come after her mother's death. So at the funeral, she meets a very strange woman who appears dressed in red. And this woman offers Belle a clue as to what may have happened to her mother. Her mother also had the same kind of interests as well about being beautiful and what beauty looks like and skincare. And this woman who appears at the funeral dressed in red is a owner of a very culty kind of like spa, which is called La Maison de Medusa or something like that. It's a lavish culty spa to which her mother was devoted. And now questions arise where Belle is asking herself that what exactly did happen to her mother, and she joins the spa. So there's a whole lot of black humor, dark humor, and seductive horror because things happen when she joins the spa and she keeps looking into the mirror. There could be other forces on the other side of those mirrors. I mean, what do you mean? I feel like this is the one that I want to start with. It sounds so good. It sounds absolutely amazing. So I'm excited to look at that one. We are back again with Kitty Collins. This is I Bet You'd Look Good in a Coffin. And this, How to Get Away. The first one was, it's over there somewhere. How to Get Away with Murder? No, I forgot what it's called, but I read it not even last year, I think the year before. I'll put it here. I loved it. Kitty Collins is a social media influencer, but also a socialite, right? She's moneyed, she's got money, she's living her best life. But even with that being said, oh, look at this cover. Don't we love it? But even with that being said, Kitty has a luscious desire for men. Okay, especially men who are not good people. Not all men. She just doesn't like the misogynistic men, the men who commit harmful acts against women. You know, the not so great guys. She has a passion. She's got a desire, a want, an insatiable desire to them, and she does. You learn this in the first book, but in this one she has her eye on a social media influencer by the name of Blaze Bundy, who has a social media presence that is basically determined on pushing misogyny, and she doesn't like him. And because of that, she feels like, you know, the world would be a better place though. Like, the world would be a better place if there wasn't a Blaze Bundy in the picture. So it wakes up a little bit of an insatiable desire within her, and she thinks, I mean, one more kill wouldn't hurt, would it? At the same time, she's dealing with her mother in the south of France, who is about to get married to a man she barely even knows, and she's struggling with that too. These books are phenomenal. They're written so well. The dark humor, the sarcasm, they are hilarious, while at the same time you're literally reading about a serial killer who really doesn't like misogynistic and bad men. So I really cannot wait to read this one. This seems like it would be a great weekend cozying up kind of indoors book to read with a glass of wine. I mean, come on. And also, she got a glass of wine. She got, look at that. She got a glass of wine. Right? And I've got wine today, and it's so cold today. Wow. Okay. Now we've also got another horror. This is Sister Maiden Monster by Lucy A. Snider. Now I've wanted to read this one. This cover is a little bit on the dark side. You see what I mean? It's a little bit on the dark side, but I absolutely love it. It reminds me of a lot of T. Kingfisher's covers as well. They're very dark when you look at them, and I absolutely love them. I love them so much. So in this one, the globe, the earth, has gone through a drastic transformation, okay? A very drastic transformation that has changed how we see ourselves and how we see the world. And very funny things are starting to happen. So this one is very scientific, but also dark as well, and horror as well. And we follow 3 women in this one. We follow Savannah, we follow Erin, and we follow Mareva. Erin, after this whole big transformation, has this insatiable desire to kill a woman and eat her brain. I mean, so for real, right? I mean, so for real. And then we've got Savannah, who is this BDSM lover. But after this, again, this transformation that has happened, she also now has an insatiable desire to commit brutal murders, and to specifically her eldritch masters. So if you know a little bit about BDSM, you'll know what that means. But again, weird things are happening with these women. Then we've got Mareva, who is plagued with chronic tumors and is too horrified to acknowledge her divine role in the coming apocalypse. And as her growths multiply, her tumors multiply, so too does her desperation. This one might not be for everyone, okay? You might be watching this and thinking, Katleho, are you crazy? I am. For horror books and horror novels, and I absolutely love them, and I'm definitely going to read this one too. Come on, give me a minute, okay? You don't even go here. You're not even my mom, all right? Some way, somehow, I will always throw in a literary novel, but that is also more on the thriller side. This one is all about atmosphere, okay? This is Frederick This is Frederick Bachman's Beartown, and I've always wanted to read this book. Look at that. Look at that. Atmospheric, right? Look at it. Look at it. Can you see the cold, the trees? So this is set in a small town called Beartown, and this town is literally on the verge of shrinkage because it is so isolated. It is cold most parts of the year, just wrought with snow and cold, that it's quite isolated and is slowly shrinking. You know, people are moving out of the town because of the cold or because it's such a small town. But the town is very big on sports in this high school where hockey is a very big sport that kind of brings people closer together. The fact that the town is also so isolated also brings people closer together, so they enjoy coming together through watching this high school sports, especially hockey, right? But then something happens to one of the students in that school, a female student. Something happens that is because of or at the hands of one of the star hockey players in that high school. Now, the town is divided. You know, the ones that love the sports are just like, I don't know. And then the other ones, you know, want to see justice done for this young woman who something happened to her. I don't even know what happened to her. That's all I know. I know something happened to her at the hands of this young man, and it divides the town. And apparently it is so atmospheric. It is great. I have read 3 books by Frederick Bachman, and I absolutely love his novels, so I cannot wait to read this one as well. Very atmospheric. I'm already getting the chills, and it's already so cold today, but I'm already getting the chills just looking at this cover. Like, it's cold, but it's giving that atmosphere. I love to drink this one with a cup of coffee, bro. You know, this one with some wine, this one with a cup of coffee. I mean, my favorite beverages. What do you even mean? We have one of my other favorite authors, Alexis Henderson, and this is House of Hunger. I think I have spoken about House of Hunger before in one of my vlogs. Alexis Henderson is the author who wrote Alexis Henderson is the author who wrote The Year of the Witching, and that is one of my favorite books, horror novels. This, of course, is also a horror novel, and this one is set in the olden days. So it's kind of like a historical, but it's about vampires and blood and a whole lot of that, okay? This one says, wanted, a blood made of exceptional taste, must have a keen proclivity for life's finer pleasures. Girls of weak will need not apply. Why? Marion Shaw is a child of the slums. Want and deprivation are all she knows. She yearns to escape the city and its miseries, but has no real hope. That is until her eye is caught by a strange advertisement. Someone is seeking a blood maid. Bloodbath. Okay, I'm sorry. Marion knows little of the far north, where the wealthy are said to live in luxury. The wealthy are often always vampires, aren't they? Wealthy people do really bad things. I mean, did he? Anybody? Anyway, days later, she finds herself at the notorious House of Hunger and stepping into a world that is dark, debauched, and very dangerous. And there, at the center of it all, is Countess Elizabeth, loved and feared in equal measure. She presides over this hedonistic court. She is magnetic, charismatic, seductive, and she takes a special interest in Marion, who is eager to please her new mistress. And then the fellow bloodmaids start to go missing, and Marion finds herself at the center of a vicious game of cat and mouse. She must learn the rules of her new home and fast, or soon it could be her grave. Come on, man. You can't even tell me that doesn't sound amazing. Finally, a South African author who also happens to be a journalist who has done a bunch of shows on TV. Do you guys remember Nikki Greenwald on E! News? Big time journalist who has interviewed a whole lot of politicians, but she interviewed a whole lot of entertainment as well. She's got a book out, and this is called A Short Life. What are you thinking about? I think I might have killed someone. So 2 accidents happened to take place on the same stretch of road in the same night. One of them is fatal, and 6 friends will never ever be the same. 2 of them know what really happened that night, and 1 will stop at nothing to get the truth. When your life is on the line, who can you really trust? That sounds so good. This is Nikki Greenwald. I don't know if you guys remember her. That's Nikki Greenwald. I remember her. So talented, so educated, a great journalist. I'm not even gonna lie. Journalist and former TV presenter. Okay, so I'm really excited to dive into this one. That's what I'm going to be reading. Let me show you. Can you see it? That's what I'll be reading. Yeah. That's the thumbnail right there. So I'm going to be reading these. I'm so excited. Amongst the fact that I'll also be reading some these ones. What are these? Non-fiction books. Some of them to do with psychology and things like that. But that's more for work, right? So I will read those or listen to those on the side via audiobooks. But these ones are what I will be reading. And I'm so excited to read them. Okay, so what are you guys going to be reading? Come on, what are you guys going to be reading? I hope you guys are reading and you've taken up reading. What's your favorite book of the year so far? I've read quite a few books and oh man, I can't even think of which one is my favorite at the moment, but I'll put it here somewhere. If I can think of it in post, I'll put it here somewhere and I will share with you what one of my favorite books for the year has been. So what are you guys going to be reading? I'm so excited to know. Let me know. I'm gonna go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hadn't done a bookish video in a long time and I felt like, nah man, it's time. I gotta do it. So I'm done it now. Thank you so much for being here. As always, thank you for choosing me over and over again. Until the next video, I will see you very soon. Until then, mwah, sayonara.